Pay attention to the regular breathing. So feet on the couch or chair, and then at first just relax your legs and just sit there and breathe. So with your attention, see if you can follow your breath from your inhale all the way to your exhale. And continue to just do regular breathing. Now switch your attention to where you feel your breathing in your rib cage. So as you breathe in, where do you feel the expansion? And just hold your attention in that area. So for the first move, you're actually going to relax your legs up on your chair. So don't worry about your legs now. So you can even like straighten them on the couch or on the chair if that's more comfortable. You're just going to practice a full exhale through your mouth. So it's in through your nose, and then you're going to open your mouth like you're fogging up a big glass window. And you try to exhale for about 8 to 10 seconds. So deflate everything in your body. And then you're going to hold the air out for 3 seconds and then breathe in however. Just breathe in through your nose, relax completely, and then back to the full exhale. So see if every exhale you can go a little longer. And you can even count it in your head. See how long you can exhale as you fog. See if you can get it to 10 seconds. See if you can go even longer on the exhale. So slow it down to make it longer. And you're deflating your rib cage, your belly is deflating. So just picture your entire upper body and middle just deflating down to the ground as you're exhaling. And relax. So that's the first move. We'll add more stuff to it every round. Second one is peeling your hips. So now you are going to bring your knees closer to your chest. So your feet go against the couch. Pretend there's a wall behind your feet. So you don't want to tense up your feet, but you also don't want to let them completely go. So there's a wall behind your feet. And then the couch or the chair has wheels on it. So as you're rolling your hips up slowly, don't allow the chair to roll away. So think of peeling your hips off one vertebra at a time, nice and slow. No breathing on this one, so you can just relax there. Hold the top position for about 2 seconds, and then completely let go. And then start all over with a slow roll. And you should feel the back of your thighs as you're doing that. If your hamstring starts to cramp, it's better to just completely start over. So you're going to drag your feet down, and you're going to slowly roll your hips one vertebra at a time. Low back is relaxed. And you'll go until you kind of feel stuck where you feel like you can't roll anymore. And then completely let go. Notice the muscles that you feel working, which should be the back of your thighs. And you can use your feet to leverage those muscles. And rest. So now you're going to flip over. And I call this the less exaggerated cat cow. So it's quadruped tucking. So the back pockets are going to be doing all of the work. You're on all fours. Unshrug your shoulders and push away with your arms. So now your upper body doesn't move. And now all of the movement comes from your back pockets. So the exhaling stays the same. You exhale through your mouth as your back pockets get pulled up. So think of your low back relaxing, back pockets getting pulled up. Inhale, back pockets get pulled down towards your knees. And what you're trying to do is only moving through this area of your body versus your whole body. So exhale, back pockets get pulled up. Inhale, back pockets get pulled down. And then your arms just stay glued to the ground with a nice little reach. Nice. So exhale through your mouth, back pockets get pulled up. Inhale, back pockets get pulled down. And then Vinny, bring your knees closer together. There. And then I always tell people work with whatever movement you have. So if it feels good to go in both directions, really exaggerated, go for it. So whatever feels comfortable. In each phase of the breathing, you have something to pay attention to. Your back pockets are either getting pulled down towards your knees or they're getting pulled up towards the ceiling. And rest. So now you're going to flip back over on your back. You're going to go back to the breathing, the full exhale. So this time, you're going to fully exhale. At the end of the exhale, you should feel some abs. You should feel some tension around your core area. In your head, I want you to notice I'm holding on to these abs for 5 seconds, and it should be pretty uncomfortable. And on the inhale, in your head, you're going to let go. So you're just alternating from holding on to the tension and letting it go. And the way you get to the tension is by a full exhale. Try not to actively brace like someone's going to punch you in the stomach. So the breathing stays the same. Full breath out. And you hold for 5 seconds and you tell yourself holding on to the tension and then letting it go. And this one can get pretty uncomfortable. You want to exhale until it gets uncomfortable. You can almost let the relaxing of your muscles let you breathe in. So as soon as you relax your muscles, you automatically breathe in. And allow the breathing to drive everything out. So because you're exhaling, that's how your rib cage is getting smaller versus you driving it down. So think of it all being driven by just your exhaling. And relax. Then back to the 90-90 with the rolling. So get a little closer to the couch or a little closer to the chair. So your knees should be in front of your hips. So your hips should be closer to the chair than your knees. So you're a little more flexed. And then same thing, you're gonna roll up, hold the top position this time for about 5 seconds, and then all the way down. And on the breathing, you can just breathe in and out through your nose. Think one vertebra at a time. You're slowly rolling your hips. Try to go slow, almost so slow that you barely notice yourself moving. That's better. And relax. Back to quadruped tucking. So set on all fours. See if you can get even more motion from your hips. So you unshrug your shoulders, and without shrugging, think of your hands pushing you away from the ground. From that position, this here doesn't move. So you're really paying attention to that. And then you go to the back pockets. As you exhale, back pockets get pulled up. Inhale, back pockets get pulled down. So you've got two different things to hold on to. The hands pushing down into the ground, holding your rib cage away from it, and then your back pockets as you're breathing. Looks good. See if you can get a little more movement through your hips. Inhale, back pockets get pulled down towards your knees. Continue to pull them down and allow your spine to kind of go along for the ride. So try to exaggerate more of the back pockets getting pulled towards your knees on the inhale. And relax. You're gonna flip back over. Now you're going to kind of put two together, the tucking and the exhaling. So what you'll do, you're on your back, roll up just a little bit. So think of just the tailbone coming off the ground, head relax, upper body relax, and then you'll do the breathing in through the nose, full breath out. You're holding on to the tension for 5 seconds, and then you're letting it go on the inhale. You'll do that for a few breaths, and then I'll add something to it. You have your hips closer to the chair than your knees. Roll up just a little bit to where your tailbone's off the ground, low back is relaxed. And then the breathing where you're full breath out, holding on to the tension for about 5 seconds and then letting it go. And your hips just stay there the whole time. Nice job. See if each exhale you can go a little longer. But the whole time you're keeping your head relaxed, shoulders relaxed. There's a lot to think about. You've got your hamstrings, the breathing, your head relaxed. And come down. So stretch out your hamstrings by straightening one knee at a time. Give me about 2 of those on each side. So this next round, the tucking stays the same, but the breathing will change. Instead of letting go on the inhale, you're actually going to hold on to the tension. So you're going to breathe underneath the tension and then back to the full breath out. So it's in through the nose, full breath out, hold, and instead of letting it go, just breathe underneath your tension. So the tension that you created, and then you continue to breathe in that way. So roll up the same way. Think of the tailbone coming up, low back relaxed. And then the breathing stays the same, but instead of letting go on the inhale, you breathe underneath that tension. So the breathing should feel much deeper. And it'll feel like you're not getting enough air in, and that's normal. And just notice how the air distributes throughout your body. It's like you're breathing underneath a capsule. That looks awesome. And take a break. Give me another round of stretches with your hamstrings. You'll do this one more time. Awesome. So whenever you're ready, you're going to roll up a little bit. Breathing stays the same, but you're breathing underneath your tension. So in through the nose and then just deflate your whole body, nice and relaxed. Roll up a little higher with your hips. Nice. Give me one more breath there. Roll up a little higher. And relax. Instead of quadruped tucking, you're going to go on your elbows and the breathing stays the same. And the concept of your shrugging stays the same. So on your elbows, the easiest way to set up here is think of just relaxing everything. So just let go of everything. You'll unshrug your shoulders and then think of your head and your eyes not doing anything. So you're just pushing your elbows into the ground and your head just comes along for the ride versus trying to drive your head back. So from this position, look at the ground and then consciously push your elbows into the ground. And now you're set with your upper body and then slight tuck through your hips and breathe in through the nose. Full breath out through your mouth as you continue to push through your elbows. Let's see. So you just kind of relax everything and then your eyes look into the ground and then your elbows push you away and you are going to keep the weight shifted forward a little bit. Pretty good. Nice. Think of your elbows holding you up in that position and you stay there the whole time. And relax. So now you're going to flip over on your back, feet on the ground. You're going to push down into your feet and give yourself a little bit of a tuck, not too much where you're feeling a ton of hamstrings and glutes, just enough to feel your low back kind of relax on the ground. And then your head, so as you reach your hands up, you're going to have a tendency to either tuck your chin or allow your chin to come back. I want your chin to come back, but then keep your head relaxed on the ground. So as you reach up, chin away from the chest, and hold. Each exhale, you're going to pretend someone's pulling you from the fingertips up towards the ceiling. Now just hold that position. Nice, that looks awesome. More reach, Julia. So each exhale, your fingertips are being pulled up towards the ceiling. Awesome. This is the same position you want to find in your squat hold, which is next. And rest. So the squat hold, you won't be squatting very much. So the way you'll set up, you'll just stand with your feet hip width apart. And what I'll tell people is you're gonna put your hands in your back pockets like this. So when you soften your knees, your back pockets get pulled down, which is the same move that you were practicing on all fours. And then when I squat down, my fingertips are still pointing down. They're not pointing back. So that's the setup. Soft knees, pull the back pockets down, squat down, and once you're there, then the hands can go forward. But if you see me from the side, I'm basically in the same position you were just in on the ground. So feet straight ahead. You won't squat very much. And then just hands on your back pockets. Hold them down so you're tucking your hips. And then squat down a little bit. And then hands forward. Nice. Really pay attention to your feet. So your heels are pushing into the ground and they're really holding you up in that position. So you'll definitely feel quads. And then full breath out through your mouth. You're reaching, you're thinking everything is going back. So the space between your hands and your chest are getting further away from each other. And then as you stand up, push into your feet and keep your hips underneath you all the way to the top. Awesome. And then back on your back, feet on the ground, reaching your hands up. So this time there's only two things. If you want to make this more challenging, set the position so your back's on the ground, and then bring your legs up kind of into like a dead bug iso hold. So you find that spot that's challenging, which means you're keeping your position, but you're feeling a ton of abs. Each exhale, your hands are being pulled up towards the ceiling. And relax. Back to the squat. So feet hip width apart, so a little more narrow than your regular squat. And then feet straight ahead. And then to check, back pockets get pulled down, squat down a little bit, and then breathe. Awesome. And point your hands down a little bit towards like the corner of the room. And from that position, as you fully exhale, think of the space between your hand and your chest getting away from each other. So it's getting bigger. And you're paying attention to your feet. Because you're pushing down into your feet, that's how you're able to hold yourself in that position. And then for your last one, push down into your feet. Keep your hips underneath you as you stand up. Perfect. Back to the ground. So find that spot that's challenging. Low back on the ground. And breathe. And if you want, you can bring your legs up to make it more challenging. And reach your hands up. Each exhale, you're being pulled up towards the ceiling. And relax. You got your last squat. So feet straight ahead. Soften your knees and then pull the back pockets down. Awesome. So your hips are right underneath you, and then you're reaching your hands slightly down. Awesome. Full breath out through your mouth. Reach down a little more, Julia. There you go. That is really good. And now push into your feet as you stand up. Perfect. And then you will end with what you started with. So go back on your back. Just get comfortable, and you're going to go back to paying attention to your regular breathing through your nose. So find a spot that's comfortable. And just notice the difference, being able to follow your breath from your inhale all the way to your exhale. And just hold your attention there. Whenever you're ready, start moving around.
Good.
Nice job. How was that for you all?
It's awesome.
Really good.
Yeah.
Any problems with any of the moves or any questions?
Oh, just really good, great cueing. So it made the movements a lot easier. For sure.
Yeah,
I really get really stressed out when I hold my breath, so I had to keep telling myself to not stress out. I get like a little panic, and I'm like, you can just breathe whenever you want. Don't do that. But it was really good.
Oh, good. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, that's very similar to it's less flowy when I'm teaching someone these moves at the like just as a regular exercise.
Mhm.
I find that just teaching one cue, like just focus on the exhale, versus in the past, like find the exhale, find your abs, keep the tension. Now out of reach,
Too many things. Yeah.
way too many things. And now I find less and less people are frustrated with me, and people just catch on way faster. So I kind of and then for this, I kind of do the same thing, and I'm hoping that my clients like this is their time to really pay attention to all these cues, and that takes over on the training floor.
Well, even just each set, just sprinkling a new thing, like building off of the last thing. Let's do this now, versus trying to do it all on set one.
Mm-hmm.
That's really great. So
Awesome. Yeah, it's kind of like dancing. It's just like step forward and step back. Like, okay, let me get used to this versus adding 3 things at once.
mhm.
And I know this because I tried to take dancing classes and he was awful. It was just way too much.
Yeah.
So I figured clients feel the same way when I'm trying to teach them stuff. And Julia, do you have any questions?
No, I would just agree with what they said. My patients are a lot less frustrated with me now.
That's awesome. Yeah, Julia's been doing this. And then this is too, Julia has been doing this every Sunday. I mean, you haven't missed many, right?
Well, I got married once, so I took that one. So maybe like 2 or 3, but it's really changed how I work. But then also for the first time, I've like actually felt movement in my rib cage when I breathe after doing this stuff for like 3 years, because I'd never do it for more than like 4 reps of 5 because it's annoying.
Right.
Yeah. And then, so you haven't missed, I started this in like March. It's been like 3 months, but she's been doing this for a while. But even there, it's like I did change some of the stuff because you two hadn't done it.
hmm
But even if it was like new or beginner, she can still hone in on these cues, and it's just as challenging, which is what I really enjoy about this.
Yeah.
And it's nice to have someone coach you because, like, you don't know where you're pointing your arms.
hmm
Yeah. Well, do you all have any other questions or comments or?
Lucy, is the 7 and the 9 the same thing, or are they different?
I depends who comes.
Okay.
Yeah, if you all want to hop in again, it depends who signs up, and then I just kind of do it on the fly.
Cool. That's
Is the evening one busier usually?
It usually is, but multiple people actually moved places. I know Autumn had just moved, and so it's been less busy. But I also have been posting about it less,
Mhm.
trying to remind people. But yeah, it usually was.
Awesome.
Well, I'm so glad you all joined. I'm
Yeah.
glad you enjoyed it. Do you have any other questions or anything?
Not right now, no.
Yeah.
Good.
Well, reach out if you do. Good seeing you all. Good meeting you.
Yeah,
You
likewise.
too, Julia.
Thank
Nice
you.
meeting you.
Thanks so much.
All right, guys.
Bye.
Have a great day.